Hello, hello. All right, today we are going to be talking about my new eyeshadow palette. How pretty it is. So I'm going to be showing you some different looks you can do with that eyeshadow palette. And we're going to be talking Valentine's Day gifts and secrets. And I don't know, I'm like the worst secret keeper ever. So I'm just really curious how good everybody else is at keeping secrets. So let me hurry and share this video over to my beauty group, and then we'll get started. All right. Sorry, I've never done this from my phone before. This is totally a new thing. Let's see. How come I always try new things? Okay. Okay, now we're ready. All right, okay, now we're good. So, I'm gonna hurry and throw on my face really fast. And then we'll jump into the eyeshadow. So, let me pull my brushes out here. So I'm really curious, I feel like everybody does Valentine's Day so differently. Some people go all out and do huge gifts, expensive jewelry, expensive flowers, fancy dates, new clothes, the whole shebang. And then I feel like other people just really keep Valentine's Day super low key. And I kind of wonder what the norm is. We are very, very simple when it comes to Valentine's Day. We usually give each other a card, maybe some candy or a box of chocolates. Maybe if we're not still living our New Year's resolution of not eating so much candy, which for the record, I'm doing really good at, and I haven't been having any candy, or soda. Guys, I'm almost, I'm more than 3 weeks clean of having any soda at all. I'm super impressed with myself because I am a Dr. Pepper a day kind of person. So, anyway, so we always keep it super simple. A card, maybe some candy. We do always write in our cards. We aren't one that just buys a card and we're okay, the card says it all, and then just sign it. We always write a nice message in the card. And we usually go on a date, not usually on Valentine's Day because my husband's not a huge fan of crowds and going out on the same days and times and places as everyone else because he's not a big crowd person. But we do at least go on a date, but it's not usually anything extraordinary. It's I don't know, dinner and a movie, mini golf, I don't even know. Just something simple. And so, what do you guys do? Do you like to go all out or do something simple? I don't know. And then sometimes I'm we should do more. We should I don't know, buy each other stuff. But then sometimes I just feel I'm just wasting money. I don't even really want my husband to buy me I don't know, a $75 bouquet of flowers. I would kind of be why don't you just give me $75 to go buy some stuff at Target? Don't get me wrong. I think flowers are really pretty, and I do get the sentiment of getting flowers. Hi. And I'm not gonna lie, when somebody walks in the door and hands you a bouquet of flowers, or like you come home and there's flowers sitting on the table or something, like it does like make you feel good, and it makes you feel loved and like somebody thought about you, you know. But I don't know, maybe I'm like not as sentimental of a person as like I would think I am or hope to be. Maybe I'm just not. Sometimes I think I am, and then sometimes I am not so much. I don't know. And we used to live, I told my husband for a long time that if he wanted to get me flowers, to get me like potted flowers that I could, you know, like enjoy inside for a little bit and then take outside and plant like in our little flower bed or garden. So then it wasn't just like I had flowers for like a minute and then they died. It was like I actually got to plant them and enjoy them for a long time. I'm trying to cover up my double chin here. All right, where are we at? We need some blush. Okay. Use my Frenchy blush today. I didn't even pick like a cheek color for February because I'm like, with Valentine's Day, I just wanted to be able to use like all the different pinks and stuff for blushes. But I love our Mija eyeshadow, which I'm not going to be showing you today, but I'm going to do a different video showing you guys our Mija eyeshadow, which is so pretty. Do a little brightening under here. And what's really fun with our Mija eyeshadow, if you guys don't know, Maskcara's fundraising efforts go to opening up the conversation about foster homes and getting more people open to the idea of fostering kids who need foster homes to go to. Because there's so many kids in the foster care system, and there's so many wonderful and incredible families out there that could be such great influences on these kids and could really, really help them a lot. And not a lot of people are willing and interested in doing foster care because they're always kind of worried about like what effect it might have like on their own kids and how it might disrupt their home or like the way their family does things. And so like I know that that's thoughts that I've had before whenever I've kind of like even toyed with the idea of maybe doing something like that. I'm always like, oh, but you know, the dynamic in our house is just so nice, and I've worked so hard to keep like the innocence of our kids. And sometimes I worry that like bringing in foster kids, like you just never know what kind of stories and what kind of things they're going to bring into your home with them and what kind of influence they may have on your kids. And you know, as I've been like thinking about this over the past little while and toying with the ideas of things, I don't know, like I feel like my opinion on all that kind of is slowly starting to change to where it's like, okay, yeah, they may come and lend a temporary influence on us. Hey, I'm just talking foster care here a little bit. My eyeshadow color of the month is Mija, and it earns all the proceeds. Like I don't make a commission on it. Maskcara doesn't make anything on it. All the proceeds to Mija go straight to helping get the word out that foster care is not like a scary thing, and most of these kids aren't bad influences. Most of the time they can come into your homes and you can be this influence of good for them and, you know, really help them out and show them what a good family life can be like. and you know, focus more on you showing them the good influence you can be versus like constantly stressing about potentially the negative influence they might be on your family, and just how much good like you really can do for these kids. And it's such a huge need when you look at how many kids are in the foster system and how many of them need homes, and there's more than enough good homes out there for kids, for these kids. It's just that nobody, like, so many people are just so scared to do it, and it's hard. And so that's what I wanted to, when I was picking the colors and stuff and the products for this month, I picked Miha. Not because it's just a cute purple color that works great for Valentine's Day, but more so because it is a way of spreading love and spreading goodness, which I thought was perfect for the month of February. Okay, so I got a little Frenchie on my lips, got a little Frenchie on my cheeks. So now I think we're ready to check out the eyeshadow palette. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. So this is, I was really excited when I put together this palette because it has 3 of my most favorite colors. Like, no joke, if I had to pick, like, I could only take 3 colors with me, they would be these 3 colors. So the colors in this eyeshadow palette are Bright Eyes, which is like this pretty coppery color. Let's see if I can like kind of swatch it for you and show you what it looks like. So it's just like a shimmery copper color. It's really pretty. It's really almost like iridescent. Oh, there, you can kind of catch the light. All right, and then this one here is Bend and Snap, which is also a really pretty shimmery, it's like a pinkish purple. It looks more purple in the thing, and then you can kind of see when it's swatched out on my hand, it looks a little bit more pink. Because people sometimes are like, Bend and Snap. Okay, well, I know the reference, why is it purple? But it really looks a lot more pink on the skin. And then we have Cocoa, which is probably my most favorite. Oh, that's like too small of a thing. It's probably my most favorite, just like warm brown. It works so good to do like your outer corner, to do your crease. See, it's just kind of like it looks like chocolate. It's like a nice warm brown, almost to where you could almost call it like a purplish brown. And then the other color in here is a new one. Well, I should say a new one for me. I didn't buy this one for a really long time because it's really similar to Sabrina, which is, it's like almost the same color, but it's shimmery. And then this one is matte. And I was like, oh, but I like shimmers. But what's really great about this Rome color is it's matte, but it's still kind of like iridescent or something. It's a really, really pretty color, and so it kind of catches the light a little bit different. So there's the colors kind of swatched out for you. And so my most like go-to colors that I wear constantly are these 2 colors. I like burn through these colors so fast. So here's Bend and Snap. And I'm going to take Bend and Snap and I'm going to put it on this whole eyelid so you guys can kind of get a feel. Oh, I forgot that I swatched my finger. Don't worry, no worries. Maybe I should wipe off my fingers before I start like putting on my makeup. I'm putting like extra, I'm putting extra beauty marks on my face. Okay, let's clean all the colors off my fingers from swatching. And let's see, take this off here. I will tell you that this is like the beauty of using a cream foundation though, honestly. Like if I was using the liquid foundation and that was like totally set with powder and everything, it like is so hard to get in there and like fix it because it's set and you'll make like funny marks. Yes, I'm Monroe. But when you're using cream foundation, because it doesn't set the same on your skin, we can just come back in here, add that foundation back on, cover my pimple, and see, no harm, no foul. We're totally fine. It's cool that I just rubbed brown eyeshadow all over my face. It's not even a thing. Oh my goodness. All right. So back in here, so I'm going to come in here still with this, and I'm kind of tapping it on because when it comes to like a shimmer color, I really like to kind of just lightly kind of stipple the color on. And the reason for that being is those shimmery lights in the colors are a little bit lighter weight than the underlying pigments. So if you take this color and you run it up and down, back and forth, you can kind of brush off a lot of those shimmery parts and just leave the underlying color. Whereas if you take it and you kind of tap it, then you make sure that you're kind of pressing those underlying pigments in, or I'm sorry, you're pressing those kind of shimmer light colors in so that they're not just flipping off. Just kind of press those in. And then sometimes what I'll do to kind of help everything blend is then take it and then just kind of use this to kind of blend, because then you are brushing off just a little bit of that shimmery part. And it makes it a little bit easier for that. So now I'm going to come in here with my Rome and show you guys what I would do with that. So the Rome, you can put up here on your brow bone. I like to put the Rome in this like inner corner, kind of fill in the space here. And you can see it just kind of adds that little bit of extra color right there so that you've kind of got some variation happening. And then you can take my cocoa here with my small end and just start at this outer corner of my eye and pull it in. So I'm just kind of tapping it right in that outer corner and then kind of pulling it into the crease and then starting to kind of pull it almost like I'm going to pull it across my lid, except for I'm not going to actually drag it all the way across. It's just to kind of add a little bit of depth. What it does is it pulls that back and it actually elongates your eyes and makes it seem like your eyes are bigger because the shadow is adding depth here and pulling back. And so that's kind of what we're doing. All right, and then I'm going to take a little bit of this cocoa and come under, because you know how much I love my halo eyeshadow. I think it just completes the look so pretty when you can kind of bring that shadow and come just a little bit under your eye and drag that color down there. Okay, so grab a new brush here. My kids always love it when I do these videos and then I pick them up from school and I have two different eye looks done. They think it's hilarious. So this time I'm going to actually start with my Rome, because this is actually how I would normally do it. I think I got excited about getting the bend and snap on. Normally I would take the Rome and hit this inner corner, kind of up through here, kind of this whole top section. I would hit with this Rome, so that that's already kind of on as a base. And this is a new color. And if you guys don't know, if you're new to these eyeshadows. The first couple times you use them, you kind of have to dig into them a little bit. I don't know if there's like almost like a film or something on them when you very first get them. So you want to kind of break through that like top layer, and then they'll go on really, really nice and pretty. So obviously this isn't going to show up super strong because it's so similar to my skin tone, but it just adds that little bit of color. All right, so then I'm going to go in with my Bright Eyes here, and I'm actually going to go in with my smaller brush, or my smaller end, because when you're just kind of fluffing it on, you can kind of see it goes on really pretty, but I want to make sure that you can really see this shimmer color right up against that lash line. So I'm going to take this color and I'm just going to kind of tap it on. And this is probably, I told you these are my two colors I use the most. This one is probably the one I wear like, I don't know, 4 days a week. I wear this color all the time. It's my most favorite color. If you've got green or, I mean, really any eye color, the warmth in this will really pull an accent if you've got green or blue eyes and really make them pop. But because it's so warm, if you've got brown eyes, it really just deepens the brown and makes the brown look so pretty too. Okay, so we kind of did that, and that makes it so that that shimmer shows up really pretty right on your eyelid. Now I'm going to come in with this fluffier end and just kind of go right here into that crease to kind of blend that from like that mobile lid up to this brow bone. And I don't want to blend too far in. I kind of want to keep it almost like as if I were following the shape of my eyebrow, but just down here. And again, you only want to go up to that brow bone. So I took the Rome all the way up to my brow, but with a darker color like this, you want to only go up to the brow bone because you don't want it to have shadow on your brow bone and sink your brow bone back. We want to pop the brow bones out. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on this side. So I'm going to actually take the cocoa again on this side, and we're going to tap it in that outer corner and just kind of pull it into the crease a little bit. Just to add that little bit of depth and dimension. Take it under. And if you wanted to even like smoke it out a little bit, use your fluffy end. I wouldn't even put any more makeup on it. It's got a little bit of the Bright Eyes on it from where we did here. And just kind of smoke that out just a little bit. So you're coming down. By smoke it out, what I mean is you're bringing this Bright Eye with the fluffy end, you're bringing that down just a little bit farther than where you would have brought the cocoa. We kind of kept the cocoa right on the lash line with this smaller tip. And you can go as heavy or as light with the cocoa. Cocoa is also one of the colors I use really, really commonly when I'm doing like a smoky eye or something like that, because it's so warm and it's so pretty, and it kind of helps you avoid that, what's the word? It kind of helps you avoid that like really dark, almost like, I don't know, like just black, gray, which sometimes that's pretty, but sometimes I like to add just a little bit of a warm color in there. So if you guys watched my video last week on eyeshadow fallout, I talked to you about how sometimes after I do my makeup, I just like to take and throw a little bit of highlight right back on there to kind of get rid of, cover up maybe any eyeshadow fallout that I might have had while I was doing my eyeshadows there. Which I don't think I had much today, but it's nice to touch it up just to be safe. And So that kind of shows you a couple different looks. If you're darker, if you've got like a darker tone to your skin, you could totally wear the Rome like by itself. I probably wouldn't really wear Rome just totally on its own on me because it wouldn't really look like I had much on my eyes. I'm going to do my eyebrow while we're talking here. And I do my brows with Trust eyeshadow and our brow brush. It wouldn't really show up much on me to put just Rome on, but it's such an incredible like base color to put on that like it's something that you can put on every day with whatever other colors that you wear. And then these are the two colors that I would wear as like a base. I would pick either this one or this one. I have a few times put them both on together. It's not something I do like all the time, just because I typically like to keep it a little bit simple when it comes to the eyeshadows. And so I like to just kind of have my three colors that I'm using, which are typically my mid-tone, my dark, and my light. And these two both kind of classify as your mid-tones, and so I would use one or the other. So, but really like having these four colors, I feel like is kind of all I would ever need. I mean, I love having like an entire palette full of eyeshadows and, you know, being able to try different looks and different colors and stuff all the time. But this is like all I would ever really need. And that's why I called this palette the Breaking Out palette. And I was like, oh man, that sounds like you're having like a breakout on your skin. But really what I was trying to say was kind of breaking out of your comfort zones. Because if you paid attention to the palette I had last month, it was colors that look really similar to these, but like a little bit more subtle. Whereas these ones are a little bit bolder. They're a little bit, you know, we've got some shimmer happening here, things like that. And so it's kind of when you're like, okay, I usually just stick with like just subtle, really neutral colors, but now I'm kind of wanting to break out of that comfort zone. I'm kind of wanting to try something new, but you're not quite ready to go full on like Emerald City green eyeshadow or, you know, an orangey red with Zion or something like that. Then these colors are perfect to give you that little pop of color without going like way over the top. And we had so much fun last night, you guys. We had a Galentine's party last night, and we had a 5-minute makeup class. We had a girl who's like amazing with eyebrows come, and she did a class on eyebrows and shaping and how to fill them in and like really get the shape and the look that you want with your eyebrows. It was so fun. And then we had a girl come and do braids and teach us like some cool different braids to do when like you want to do something different with your hair, but maybe it's not as clean as you wish it was, and so you're limited in what you can do with it. So it was so much fun, and I think too, because like I feel like anytime I get invited to like a girls' night out or I don't know, stuff like that lately, I feel like it's all always like, how do I say this without sounding weird? It's all always like a multi-vendor event, right? And there's a bunch of girls and everybody invites people and they all want to sell you on their stuff. And don't get me wrong, like I'm part of a sales company too. I want to sell all the people makeup. But sometimes like, I don't know, like sometimes I just want to get together with friends or meet new girls, new women without like feeling like someone's trying to sell me something. And so we made sure that like There was like no selling allowed. I even did a class on makeup. And though I used mascara products to do it because that's what I know and that's what I love and that's what I would use if I was teaching a class to people on how to do their makeup, even though I did use those, I wasn't like promoting them or anything like that. And, you know, we weren't promoting. I'm going to curl my eyelashes without looking at you because I feel like it's weird. Anyway, so we made sure that it wasn't like a direct sales night where everybody felt like, you know, they were coming and they only came because they wanted to win prizes and people were selling to them. And so we made it a non-sales night and it was just so much fun. We had like an entire house full of people. I was kind of embarrassed because I feel like with stuff like that, you just never know how many people you're going to get. And I feel like because people are so used to it always being a sales event, that they're like, I don't know, like scared to come to stuff like that because they think it's that. So I tried to make sure everyone knew it wasn't that, but I was like, oh, I just don't know. Anyways, we ended up having like more people come than I had chairs in my house. And so I kind of felt bad that we had people like standing and didn't have chairs for everyone to sit on, and we barely like fit in my house, but it was like a total blast. It was so fun. I had another one of my friends who's really into health and fitness and nutrition come and talk about you know, loving yourself enough. The whole theme was, it was Valentine's Day and it was all about loving yourself and taking the time to take care of you and show yourself a little love this Valentine's Day. So that was kind of our theme. And so she talked about, you know, loving yourself enough to take the time to take care of yourself physically and take care of your nutrition and feed your body and exercise and, you know, find spiritual energy that you need and get good rest. And I think like as women, because we kind of tend to be caretakers, whether we're moms or not, I don't think that matters. I mean, I definitely think moms may feel it more because we have little people that like count on us. But I think just as women in general, we are caretakers by nature. And so we constantly are wanting to take care of, oh my gosh, of everyone around us and make sure everybody has what they need and that they're taken care of. And we totally put ourselves on the back burner and we forget to take care of ourselves. And I have fallen victim to this very many times and kind of almost in an extreme way the past couple of years. And I've been kind of pulling out of that and trying to not get caught up in that anymore. But as like my New Year's resolution this year, it was to take time for me again and to take back me. And that doesn't mean I want to do it in like a selfish way, because I think it's almost the opposite of selfish. Instead of, how do I say this? You know, like before maybe I didn't have time to exercise. I didn't have time to prepare a certain kind of healthy meal for myself or, you know, do any sort of spiritual study because I get up in the morning with my kids and then I'm with them and I'm running around and I'm chasing them and I'm taking care of them all day long. And then by the end of the night, I'm too exhausted to do anything. And that's it. That's your whole day. And so, being that I didn't feel like I had a whole lot of stuff in my life that I could just say goodbye to and not take care of my kids or not help them with their homework or not take care of my house or make meals because I wanted to take time for me, I started waking up an hour and a half before my kids do so that I could take time to do, to make myself, like I get up at 5 in the morning and I prepare myself like a healthy breakfast that's just for me. And it doesn't matter if it's stuff my kids don't like, and it doesn't matter anything else. It's just, I just want to fix like a healthy meal that I like just for me. And then I take time and do like spiritual study and meditate and just take time for me to kind of internalize things that I'm thinking about. And then I do a workout all before my kids ever get up. So I didn't have to actually cut anything out. I just added more to my day. I guess technically I may have cut out a little bit more sleep, but that's not even true, because when I had to start waking up early to stick with this goal and to do this, I just started making sure that I went to bed earlier. So I guess maybe the only thing I cut out was like my Netflix binge time at the end of the day. Because I'm going to bed earlier so that I can get up earlier, so that I can take care of me, because it's so important that we take care of ourselves. And I feel so much better for it. And I'm so grateful that I made that a goal, and I'm really trying to focus and make sure that I keep that a priority and make sure that I'm taking care of me, because when I'm taking care of me, I can take care of everyone else better. Whereas when you take care of you last and you don't get to you, then you kind of start to struggle, and you start to feel drained, and you start to feel like you don't have the energy and you don't have the time to take care of everyone else. And so take time for you and show yourself some love this Valentine's Day. And it will make you happier, and it will make it easier for you to show love to everyone else. So that was a little bit of a tangent. But here's the palette for this month again. So we have Bright Eyes, Bend and Snap, Rome, and Cocoa. So on this eye, I did Bend and Snap, Rome, and Cocoa. And on this side, we did Bright Eyes, Rome, and Cocoa. So you can get two totally different looks. Fun colors to give you a little bit of a pop without making you come too far out of your comfort zone. So these colors are each $14. So to get all 4 colors is $56, and then you get this cute little compact for free. If you've already got a few eyeshadows, instead of getting this compact, you can actually get this one instead. So this one will hold 8 eyeshadows. It would still only come with these 4, but then you have room to spare so that you can add to that, or if you've already got a few eyeshadows, and then you could keep them all in the same little compact. So you can get either one of those compacts for free when you buy the 4 colors, like I said, which is $56 for all 4. Bright Eyes, Bend and Snap, Rome, and Cocoa. So if you guys have any questions, just message me, comment below, let me know. And if anybody's interested in ordering, then you can message me and I will take care of it and do all the work for you. Or you can click my link, it's found in the pinned post. And you can order that way too. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll talk to you later.